Okay, Shalom, Shalom, it's the brother Kadash. Want to give our praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rikah Kadash. And this is just another lesson. We do these lessons like every day, every other day. We got to keep going hard, which brings me to the title of this lesson, which is you have to be married to the truth, right? So there's a lot of stuff that goes along with being married to the truth. You have the aspect of the woman that you deal with, but we understand Eve. We understand how the Lord set up, especially the woman today, man. And we understand how those things can get you off track from doing your number one profession. Your number one thing in life should be this truth right now. This is not our kingdom, so we're not going to have the money. We're not going to have the abundance of life. Because when you really think about money, right, and you think about like your entertainers, your actors, or whoever's high up, that you're billionaires, millionaires, and stuff like that, you're wealthy, right? When you really think about that, what really is money? Money is just like a vehicle to get you abundance. So the more money you got, the more abundance of, let's just say, cars you can have, the more abundance of homes you can have, the more abundance of women you can have, the more diamonds you can have, the more abundance of travel, of fun you can have. So really it's just all about abundance, right? So when you go to Deuteronomy 28, what was one of the things that was promised to us if we was righteous? That abundance, right? But you may say, like, this is what the wicked say, and it said this in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2. Let me find that one real quick, right? The wicked, right, are prosper. They prosper in this kingdom. Let's see. Here, Wisdom of Solomon 2, KJV, right? So the wicked prosper in this kingdom, right? So they say, like, well, shit, some of y'all been out there 20, 30 years. Me going on 6 years. Some brothers 10, some brothers 15 years teaching the truth, but y'all don't really have shit. Y'all don't have the abundance. The difference from, like, say, my life compared to just a lower level famous person. I'm talking about like a B lister or some shit like that. It's night and day. It's completely night and day. Some of these guys got one necklace, one watch that's probably worth more than everything I have in my possession. Just one watch. You see what I'm saying? So it's night and day completely, right? But that's what they say. And that's what the excuse they use, right, to continue in wickedness. Like when you got DJ Khaled, right? He put out an album that says God did, right? God did. Pretty much he's saying that, look, everything he got in life and the success that he got in life, the Lord gave that to him, right? Which a part of that is right. The Lord did give it to him, right? But not for the reasons he think. He think it's because, just the Lord with him and the Lord is pleased by the things he's doing. So therefore the Lord gave him these riches and he said God did, right? But not understanding that this kingdom that we're in right now, this is the kingdom of the wicked, right? Right? We're not just living in the wicked world, but it's also the wicked's kingdom. This is their kingdom, right? Because Esau should be ruling at the end, and then Jacob should follow. So that means Esau, going to Malachi chapter 1, is the border of wickedness, right? So that means that he's in his kingdom right now, because we know that the Israelite kingdom is after, right? That's the breakdown, right? So this ain't just a wicked world, but this is the wicked's kingdom. So in the kingdom, who's the kings? Well, the kings rule the kingdom, right? They're the royalty of the kingdom. So that's why you see Esau. And if this kingdom is the wicked kingdom, that's why you see everybody that's portraying that wicked lifestyle, you see them get up high. It's no different. So the righteous in this kingdom, we don't have much, right? Because we're not wicked. You're rewarded in the wicked kingdom for being wicked. You see what I'm saying? But it's going to change when we get into our kingdom. Then the righteous is going to have all the abundance of different things. Because that's really what wealth is. Wealth is just, you heard the saying, you have a wealth of something, of a product. You have a wealth of sheep. You have a wealth of fruit. You have a wealth of money, right? So it's the same thing as saying you have an abundance. You see? So in the kingdom, the righteous, we're going to have the abundance. And then the wicked aren't going to have shit. It's going to pay to be righteous in the kingdom. But in this kingdom right now, it pays to be wicked. So when these guys have all the abundance of life, right, and they saying God did, They're praising God for giving them the things they got, not understanding that they only have the things they got because they being wicked and they're in a wicked kingdom, right? But back to the whole point, right? Of being married to the truth, right? Now, here, let me get this in Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, if I can find it, right? Really, I have to read this whole thing, right? But this is what the wicked say. This is how the wicked feel, and it's the same thing you see today. This is how the wicked feel, and this is why I say you have to be married to this truth, man, because it's so many temptations out there that could take you out the truth, man, right? So this is how the wicked feel, right? And I'm gonna just start from just one point, right? Verse 6, this is how the wicked feel. The wicked say, "Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present, and let us speedily use the creatures like as in our youth." Now, if you really know Eve's spirit, a woman's spirit, right? You know that this is a woman's spirit. They want to enjoy everything. What do they say? What's the old saying? The saying is girls just want to have fun. So they want to have as much fun as they could possibly have. They want to do the whole city girl, the city life stuff. They want to party every night. They want to take shots, get super drunk. When things get hard and you got to buckle down and there ain't no fun and games, you got to focus, right? In order to survive, they don't like that. And then that's when a lot of divorces happen, because that's when a lot of women leave their man when their man is down. Not necessarily that he down. Things might just be tight. Things might be hard because he's building up something. You see what I'm saying? And that's when they end up leaving a man, because he ain't fun no more. Because what? Girls just want to be fun. So they said, who could be more wicked than a woman? Roughly paraphrasing, right? It says the beginning of sin came through what? Eve, a woman, right? Solomon said out of 1,000 men, he found one to be righteous, and he found none of the women to be righteous, right? So this is how they think, right? And this goes hand in hand with the wicked too. That's why Esau used our woman, to get out messages, because they feel like if they put the woman above a man, I think it says that in Isaiah chapter 3, the woman should, roughly paraphrasing, should overcome a man, right? And their children shall oppress them. So if they put a woman above the man, then they could control the woman. You see what I'm saying? So Esau's best friend is Eve. It's no different than in the Garden of Eden, right? In the Garden of Eden, who was hand in hand with committing that sin? It was the serpent, which, if you have ears to hear, that spirit is the same spirit that went in Cain. That's the same spirit that went in Esau, right? That serpent and Eve together. And then that way Adam fell, which goes into my whole thing. You have to be married to the truth, man. You can't worry about these females like that, bro. Get you some concubines or something like that. You know what I mean? And Paul's going to break down, because we're going to get that precept of why. But, you can't focus on that. You got to focus on the truth, bro. Because we're going to get some more precepts. I don't want to jump the gun, right? Now it says, let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ointment, and let no flower of the spring pass by us. This is how the wicked feel, man. It says, let us crown ourselves with rosebuds before they be withered. So you see Esau doing all this. He crowned himself. He showed himself to be the Lord. It says, let none of us go without his part of voluptuousness. Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place, for this is our portion, and our lot is this. So they say, look, let us just live it up, right? Now you know that that's the wicked spirit, but you also know that that's Eve's spirit too today. The wicked, that's our woman's spirit, man. They just want to live it up. If it come a time where y'all can't live it up, she gonna leave you, bro. It says, let us oppress the poor righteous man, right? So the righteous man that be on the highways and byways, they say we poor and stuff like that. Really, compared to, I don't care if you have $100,000 saved in the bank, you are poor compared to the rich lifestyle. You see what I'm saying? So it says, let us oppress the poor righteous man. Let us not spare the widow, nor reverence the ancient gray hairs of the age. So our apostles, our elders, they don't reverence them. They don't care about that wisdom and knowledge. The man, the poor man, what they say, what's that saying? I think one of the city girls or something like that said that broke boys don't, like, it says, some shit like that, like broke boys don't deserve none. You know what I mean? What the girl Sweetie said, she said something 8 digit, that's my type. Something 8 digits, 8 digits is what is that, 10 million or something like that? Am I off? Yeah, like 10 million. 7 digits is a million, so 10 million. So she's saying, look, to deal with her, you at least got to be worth $10 million or have $10 million. You could put all of us damn near in the truth together and we might not have that. That's from what I know. Maybe there is some brothers that's very well off that's in the truth, right? But on the highways and byways though. That's what I'm saying. Who's on the highways and byways, right? It says, let our strength be the law of justice, for which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. It says, therefore let us lie in wait for the righteous. You see what I'm saying? Because he is not for our turn, and he is clean contrary to our doings, right? So us that's in this truth, you know, you get a target on your back. That's why when you get to Matthew 24, it says, then you should be delivered up, right? Now I want to show you something in Matthew 24. Here, let me go to it, right? But let me keep going on this. 13 says, he professes to have knowledge of God, and he calls himself the child of the Lord. He was made to reprove our thoughts. Rebuke, right? Spare not, cry aloud. He is grievous unto us, even to behold, right? Because they hated him who rebuketh in the gates. It says, for his life is not like other men's. His ways are of another fashion, right? Because we walk in the way that the Lord walked, which is the law, statutes, commandments, right? But this is what they want to do. Verse 17, let us see if his words be true, and let us prove what shall happen in the end of him. So they want to see, right? They want to see if you're really a man of the Lord, right? Now, verse 18, for if the just man be the son of God, he will help him and deliver him from the hand of his enemies. They said the same exact thing about our Lord Yahweh Shai when he was on the cross. Pretty much, if he is the son of God, let him deliver himself. So they say that about us too, you know? They say, look, if he's a just man, right? The Lord will help him and deliver him. You know, so they gonna do this right here. Matt 24, KJV, right? And they could use your woman to do this, man. Right? Because how did the serpent get to Adam? The serpent used Eve to get to Adam. That's how this worked. Now, I want you to pay attention to this, right? Verse 8. Matthew 24, verse 8. All these are the beginning of sorrows, right? No. I'm sorry. I want to get a little bit more context on that, right? Verse 6. It says, and ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet, right? So what have we been seeing, right? We've been seeing wars, Ukraine. We've been hearing rumors of wars with China and stuff like that, and Iran and Israel and stuff like that. We hearing that. So what is that telling us, right? But the end is not yet, but that tells us certain things about to happen. It's going to tell you. It says, for nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, and there should be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. So what are we seeing right now in the world? We're seeing famines, right? Look at the price of even if it's man-made famines, right? But it's still a famine. It says, look at the price of eggs going up and stuff like that. Different goods, you know. They said, remember when they had the whole corn shortage? Remember when they had the formula for babies, milk shortage? And man, it's just so many that you could name, right? Now watch this. It says, in pesticides, which we all just we know what we just went through in 2019, 2020 and stuff like that, right? It says, in earthquakes in diverse places. So what just happened the other day in Turkey? We just seen an earthquake in a very diverse place, and we seeing thousands fall, right? It said, but watch this. It says, all these are the beginning of sorrows, right? So when we start seeing these things happen, which we're literally seeing these things happen in real life right now, watch what's going to happen when we start seeing these things happen. It says, then when we start seeing earthquakes in diverse places, famines, pestilences, wars, rumors of wars, it says, then should they deliver you up to be afflicted and should kill you, and ye should be hated of all nations for my name's sake. So what's next? So I asked you, going based off that, right, to understand in Wisdom of Solomon 2, like you said, they're going to try the just man, right? They're going to try you to see if you really just, or see if the Lord really with you and going to deliver you. They're going to put that to test, right? If they did it to our Lord Yahweh Shai, how much they going to do it to us? Very easily. You see what I'm saying? So what did it say? It said, when you start to see famines, pestilences, earthquakes in diverse places, which we're 100% have been seeing, right? Wars, rumors of wars. It says, then, that means then after all, After you start seeing all these things, that's not the end. That's just the beginning of sorrows, because something worse is going to happen even after that. It says, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted. Who? The just men, the men of the Lord, because they want to try you to see if it's true or not, right? So this ain't just, remember I made a video on my channel that said, you are the target. This ain't just about the 1/3, man. They coming after, well, it ain't just about the 2/3. They coming after the 1/3, man. They coming after the men of the Lord. They coming after the just men. This ain't just the 2/3 is just a target. No, they coming after you. They coming after me, us that's on the highways and byways. That's what's going to bring in the famine of the word. We just did a camp. Go check out our camp. It's called Famine of the Word. It's like 2-3 weeks old or something like that. It's called Famine of the Word. That's what's going to bring in the famine of the word when they start to afflict us, man. It says, then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. So that's what's next, man. If you want to understand prophecy and how prophecy works, it just told you. When you start seeing earthquakes, pestilences, and all that, which we're 100% seeing in diverse places, and I believe we're going to see some more earthquakes in very diverse places too, where thousands are going to fall, because that's pursuing the Psalms 91, right? Now it says, then you're going to be delivered up. So that's what's going to happen next. When all this hell start breaking loose, earthquakes, many people dying, they're finna start coming after the Hebrew Israelites, man. Because all nations are going to hate us, right? It's because they finna lose everything. So going back to the kingdom, the wicked, when they kingdom going down, they gonna put up a fight. They finna lose their kingdom, and they know that the righteous man is finna rule in the kingdom. So who they finna come after? They finna come after us, man. The righteous man, the just man. Right? It says, and then many shall offend and betray one another and shall hate one another. Now hold that point right there, right? Now, let's put it together. Who's going to be, who's most closest to you to betray you? Than your rib, than your wife, the woman you married, right? Your wife. Because who was most closest to Adam to betray him? It was Eve. You see what I'm saying? Also, the brothers that be around you, because who betrayed Yahushua? It was Judas. So these people that's closest to you, the man that's most closest to you and the female that's most close to you, that's who's going to deliver you up. That's who's going to afflict you. This is why Paul said this. Now you can get a better understanding. I brought all that out to lead up to this so you could get a better understanding, because a lot of brothers have a hard time understanding this precept and what Paul was talking about here in 1 Corinthians 7. Let me get straight to the point. Verse 8, right? No, verse 7. It says, for I would that all men were even as myself, meaning not married, right? He's saying, I would rather if all men was like me, you know, pretty much you ain't go out there and get no woman or nothing, because it's already hard enough to stay in the truth. And then when you have a demon right next to you, that's the closest thing to you, just like with Adam, that's just more temptation, you know? It's hard. It's very hard, right? Especially when kids and stuff get involved, right? It says, while you focus on what you have to do, you know, what do they do? What do Eve do? She get in her feelings. She started let her feelings overtake judgment. You see what I'm saying? Now she's getting into you. Now she's putting more stress on you. Now she's putting those demons on you. So you got a demon laying right next to you, and that demon's constantly attacking you, attacking you, attacking you. You see what I'm saying? This is why Paul was saying this. He said, but every man has his proper gift of God, one after this matter and another after that. It says, I say therefore to the unmarried and widows, it is good for them to abide even as I am. The unmarried, pretty much he's just saying, look, just stay unmarried and focus on the truth. Focus on following the Lord. Why? Because in the kingdom, we're going to have all that. It's going to be our turn to have the abundance of the things of the earth. Whatever it be, we're going to have abundance of it, right? It says, but if they cannot contain, let them marry, for it is better to marry than to burn, right? So you can't, if it's just too much for you, you're going to be committing adultery and stuff like that. You're going to be going off and it's burnt. So yeah, it's okay. It's good to marry a woman if it helps you in that way. Because some brothers is weaker. You know, some brothers can't go without having any woman, any wife. You see what I'm saying? So, okay, if this going to stop them from sinning against the Lord to marry a woman, then go ahead and marry. You see what I'm saying? Because it's better to marry than to burn in the lake of fire, right? Doing a second death. It says, and to the married I command, yet not But the Lord let not the wife depart from her husband, you know. And what did we say? It wraps all around a circle. What did we say in the beginning? You know, when times get hard, you know, she's not supposed to depart from her husband, but she makes up any excuse. Why? Because the woman has that spirit of what it said in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2. She has that spirit of wanting to just live life, have fun, be a city girl. Girls just want to have fun, have everything in the world, but don't really want to work hard for it. You see what I'm saying? Don't really want to work hard for it. Just want things given to them. You see what I'm saying? And think that these things supposed to just be given to them and they don't have to work hard for them. So when you get down, which we know we're going to get down because they're going to deliver us up to be afflicted. They're going to come after us. There's going to be a burning wrath of a great multitude upon us. So we know that we're going to lose everything, right? And the part of you losing everything, you may lose your wife because she's going to depart from you when she can't live that life that she wants to live no more. That's why it says this right here. Let me see. Here, let's go to Matthew chapter 10. Right. Let me see. Look, Matthew chapter 10 right here. It says same thing, verse 22. Now 21. Look, now watch this. It says, and the brother should deliver up the brother to death, and the father the child, and the child shall raise up against their parents and cause them to be put to death. Ain't that crazy, right? It says, and ye should be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endured to the end, the same shall be saved. That's why you have to be married to the truth, man. You have to be married to the truth so you could adore to the end, man. It's gonna be hard, right? Let me find this precept, man. Right here, verse 39, verse 38 in Matthew 10. It says, he that taketh not up his cross and follow after me is not worthy me, right? Because the same way our Lord was crucified spiritually, you know, we're going to be crucified that way too. Because what did it say in Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2? It said, look, they going to try you, you know, just like they going to say, look, if he really a just man, let's see if the Lord going to deliver him. So you have to take up your cross and follow after him. And that may mean that you're going to lose life or not lose your life like death, but lose your lifestyle, right? Verse 39, he that findeth his life should lose it, right? Because the people that findeth life are going to do things like take the MOTB to keep their life. You see what I'm saying? But in return, they're going to end up losing it. It says, he that loseth his life for my sake shall find it. So him that's willing to lose his life, lose women, lose children, right? You actually going to find life for the Lord's sake. So really, you have to be married to the truth right here. Watch this. And when you lose wives, because wives depart from you, or your way, or your order, because they don't want to follow order because of their feelings, right? You can never say nothing to them, tell them to do something because you said it too rough because they're in their feelings, right? What did it say right here? This is Matthew 19, verse 29. And everyone that has forsaken houses or brethren or sister or father or mother or wife or children or lands for my name's sake shall receive 100-fold and shall inherit everlasting life. So us that are willing to give up our life, what does it mean? Our lifestyle. That means you're willing to forsake your house. If you got brother, family that's outside of the truth, sisters, fathers, mothers, wife, children, or lands, for the Lord's name's sake, you're going to receive 100-fold in the kingdom. But you got to remember, this is the kingdom of the wicked. This ain't our kingdom. So you're not going to receive it on this side, man. So you shouldn't even be looking to receive those things on this side. You're going to receive those things in the kingdom, right? I'll leave you with one more. This is very important right here. This is very, very important, right? Right? Verse 2, right? Proverbs chapter 31, verse 2. It says, what my son, and what my son of my womb, and what the son of my vows. Get not thy strength into woman, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings. Right? Because the king had an abundance of women, right? Look at what with King Solomon, right? Had an abundance of women, but that could destroy your heart. And you're supposed to be married to the truth first, right? But you being married to these women could take you away from your true marriage, your first love, which is the Lord. You see what I'm saying? So you're not supposed to give your strength into a woman. Now, a lot of men get a strength to women without even noticing or understanding that they gave a strength to a woman. They don't even know. They think they running stuff at the house. But really, the woman is manipulating them because they don't even see how the woman's going to come. She's not going to come in a manly way to control you, bro. She's going to come in a very slick, just like the serpent, in a very manipulating way. And 100% that's going to be based off what? She's going to control you based off her feelings. Everything that she nags you about, everything that she argues with you about is all going to, you're going to say, where's the origins of this? What is this? Your understanding that you're trying to get over to me, where's this coming from? And 9 times out of 10, it's not going to come from the Bible, not the word of the Lord, not the Holy Spirit. It's all going to go back to her feelings. And we know what the Bible say about the heart. We all know what the Bible say about the heart. Jeremiah 17:9. The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? This is the same problem that Eve made. Going off her heart, going off her feelings. And it said the heart is deceitful and desperately wicked. Who can even know the heart? You see what I'm saying? So 9 times out of 10, you got a woman in your house, she don't want to follow order. And her reasons why she's doing whatever she's doing, 9 times out of 10, those reasons are going to go back to her heart, her feelings. None of it's going to go back to based off the Bible, the words of the Lord. It's always going to go back to her heart and her feelings. So this is why Paul was saying, look, man, it's already hard enough to deal with what we have to deal with in the truth. It's already hard enough to deal with them persecuting us. It's already hard enough to deal with traitors, Judas, agents, them coming to deliver us up to be afflicted, them plotting on us, watching everything we do, living in the wicked world trying to be righteous. It's already hard enough to do that, let alone to have a wife, right, that's next to you, that's a whole demon, that's constantly just chipping away at you, and that hedge that the Lord put over you. You see what I'm saying? That's out of order. It's all that's just adding even more to your plate. You see what I'm saying? But some of us have to deal with it, like Paul said. You know, it's better to marry than to burn. You see what I'm saying? So some of us just have to deal with it. But this is why the title of this lesson is "Be Married to the Truth," man. The truth has to come first. This must be your number one profession. This must be your number one love. This must be the number one thing that you focus on doing. Not saying that we don't watch basketball games. Not saying that we don't watch football games. Not saying that we don't go and get a drink every now and then. Not saying that we don't do other things that we're interested in. But nothing comes before Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. With that, I'm going to say salvation to the elect. Shalom.